Welcome to Bold Conscious Connections. My name is Raju Panjwani and I'm a certified leadership coach.
And I'm Triccia Ramos, a certified high performance coach. Together, we help business leaders redefine success on their terms to create more space and energy so that they live impactful lives.
Everyone wants to be seen, heard, and understood. So, at a deeper level, we know that the collective consciousness is important to raise in this world, and leaders who are influencers can make that difference. We, in our coaching programs, teach people how to focus on the interconnectedness, heart-centeredness, and growth from within. And this is what this podcast will be about.
So stay tuned and subscribe to wherever you listen to podcasts.
Talk to you very soon. The power of purpose. We always begin with the end in mind. So the way we came together, maybe that's a good segue into telling you about how we came together.
Yes, we met about a year ago at a mastermind, and it was one of those events where it was a high ticket event. I personally wasn't sure if I could afford to go there, and somehow I just felt that I had to go. And I didn't really know why, but I didn't question it. I went with my hunch, and I went to Sundance, Utah, where I met Raju.
So we never know, and we don't believe in coincidences and chances. This was my second time going. There was a real power to connectivity with other people. So this was relatively a small group. So it was not too intimate, but reasonably intimate to get to know everyone in the group. And so we ran into each other a couple of times during the 2.5 days we were there. And then
we didn't really talk while we were there, though.
Not much. So we connected, but we didn't talk. And I think, we both live in New York, within an hour of each other, and we connected here on the basis of going on a hike, because that's what you were doing, and I was interested in that. I had just begun doing a little bit of that, and that was the inspiration to call you, frankly, and that was about a year ago.
Yes, and from there, we realized in getting to know each other that we both shared something in common, which was this deep desire to be of service to others. We both had been through some difficult, tough times and had both realized that we were hungry for living. We just, felt that life is important. Every day counts, and we should make every moment matter. And so we really connected on that and decided that we wanted to do something together, although we didn't know what that would really look like at first.
Right. So about, was it end of January, early February this year, I called Triccia up and said, hey, do you want to do something with me in India? And she didn't even bat an eyelid. She said yes. And then I was somehow responsible to now respond to her like, wait a minute, what do you know what I'm asking? She goes, no, I have no clue. So that was the power of the purpose. The mission was we wanted to help other business folks expand their influence in their lives. And, so India was something I was connected to in the past. I'm obviously from India, but I didn't really know exactly what I wanted to do there, but I knew enough people to be able to, expand my circle and bring leaders into a 2-day workshop. First to start with just one city that I knew more people in, and then we figured we'll be bold and do this in 3 cities. So 3 2-day workshops in 3 cities, and that was our mission. And then we started to put pen to paper and put that together by the beginning of March.
Yeah, it all came together literally within 2 weeks. We put the curriculum together, the landing page so people can register. We began the sales process, the launch, and it really went very quickly. And we were really busy doing that. We weren't really paying attention to what was going on in that part of the world, which was this thing called COVID. And so the day we were leaving, March 8th, we had phone calls, people asking us if we were really still going.
Or out of our minds.
Yeah, I think people were trying to talk us out of it, out of concern for us. And we just figured if the plane's going,
We should go.
we're going. So we went and we landed March 9th. And as you all know, March 13th was when the lockdown happened pretty much all over the world. And we obviously, our events were slowly but surely canceled. And we were even put on forced quarantine by the health department.
Yeah, so that was, one could easily argue that that was horrible and things happened, but truly that's where the power of pivot comes in, right? So we didn't let that get to us or stop us from pursuing our mission, which was, hey, we want to help leaders. So what's the best way to do this? The venues were canceled. They gave us our money back, and so we in turn gave money back to the people that signed up for the program. And as we were pondering, um, you know,
Should we go back home, get on the flight while they were still flying? I remember saying to you, we were near Delhi, and I said to you, I'm not getting on a plane until I know we've made a difference here. Do you remember that when we were at the Trident
yeah,
in
kind of,
and it was just one of those things where we just kept pivoting and we said, let's just do one event and let's condense it, live
yeah,
stream it to the other locations. And then it just kept spiraling until we
yeah,
figured out we actually couldn't do the event because we had to be in our rooms. So we used that as
yeah.
the opportunity to then turn the events into just hosting free calls for the people that we had gathered via Zoom, free, of
Yeah.
course. And within 7 days,
Within 10 days,
or
we had
with,
7 sessions that were, we delivered more than an hour, I think, each one,
yeah,
and that's how we built our first community.
first subscription program, yeah.
Right, and it was like, wow. So we kept going. I mean, we didn't. People said, can we do this tomorrow or the day after? I was like, wow, people are really eager to hear more about what we had to share and what we were teaching. So
We were there for a total of 4 weeks, and by the time we came back, we had a subscription program launched, and within a week, we hosted our very first call with those people,
mm,
and it was all worth it
yeah.
because we made the pivot and another pivot and another pivot, and we just stayed true to the purpose of being of service.
So the subscriber base, which is monthly, we just today had our monthly call with them too. Um, so that's how it began, but it also laid the foundation for our group coaching program, which was 12 weeks long, and it was unbelievable that we were able to enroll people, not just from the group, our subscriber base, but brand new people as well. And that 12-week program ended in at the end of September.
We launched Bold Conscious Leadership in July,
Right.
finished in September, and then re enrolled 60% of those
Mm.
clients into our program called Bold Conscious Business Masters, which is an advanced program for
Yeah.
business leaders, entrepreneurs, and such.
So, nothing is more satisfying than when you're able to positively impact the life of others who in turn are building their businesses, influencing others, expanding their influence. And what stops people from growing typically is themselves, right? So we focused on the psychology of the leaders and we helped them get out of their own way, literally. So
Just
uh,
like we did by persisting. And
that's right.
that's the third thing is the power of persistence. We realized in the process we had to keep getting out of our own
Mm,
way because we were creating something that we hadn't been we weren't a part of anything like that before,
right.
but yet we knew what we felt we had to do. And so it was definitely challenging, but man, how we've grown from it.
Right. So ultimately, the message of all of this is that, no matter what you're trying to establish as your purpose, your mission, uh, obviously it's good to be clear, but you can't stop yourself from worrying about how it's going to get done, all the obstacles that you're possibly imagining that are coming your way or will come your way, you know from experience that almost 90% of the fears that you had in your life in the past never actually come true. So if you hold on to your heart's mission and the purpose that you want to set out with, it may change over time. It's okay, but just get started. And then you pivot
Give
because
yourself the permission to pivot when necessary.
yes. And then persist. And if you are able to uh, while you're pivoting, you have these small successes, double down on those steps that work and give up things that didn't work. It's fine. You're still pivoting. And I think that kind of persisting and pivoting, going back and forth between the two, is really the main lesson that we've learned. And hey, listen, if it was easy, everybody would be doing it. But the thing is, in the doing of it, connected to your heart's mission and your clear mindedness about the service you are trying to offer to the world, there is nothing you can do wrong.
And really, that's when you have progress. So get clear on your purpose, pivot when it makes sense, persist through all of the obstacles and uncertainty, and then reflect, and you'll see how much progress you've made. And, progress happens when you allow yourself to take risks and chances. It's when we are waiting for perfection or looking for perfection that we don't move forward. So prioritize the progress over perfection and allow yourself to be surprised. I know we are. We're so surprised that the year has turned out to be this way for us and for our clients. And we're so grateful that, one, I'm so grateful that I made it happen, that I went to Sundance a year ago. Because really, I didn't know what to expect. And that's the thing. You just never really know what to expect when you allow yourself to connect on a deep level as to why you want to do something.
So again, it's about trusting and surrendering to that trust. I have no clue why I called Trisha one day in January to say, "Hey, do you want to go to India with me?" I mean, I have no clue, honestly. But I trusted some gut, thought inside me that, hey, if I don't make a move on making progress in this area that I really want to feel fulfilled in, is to help other people, and I felt like I needed a partner, a business partner in this to help me. And I had no idea. I mean, I've had other partners in other businesses, but I had not, you know, seen Trisha in action. But I had this feeling that, she was heart connected, heart centered, um, spiritual, and that would be a good complement to work together. So anyway, that's our little story of how we came together. And as Trisha said, none of this is straightforward and a straight arrow. So we could have had so many obstacles imagined in our way but truly, I think we had worse obstacles than you could have imagined, by any count. But we both did not fear any. I mean, what was the consequence we would fear?
Well, my biggest fear was that nothing would change and I would be exactly where I was before. And so for me, if we didn't get on that plane, we knew the outcome. Not getting on the plane to go to India, that was certain. I knew the outcome of that. But getting on the plane, I had no idea what would come from it. And that was what was exciting for me, because over the course of my life, I've learned and figured out that when you approach life as if it's an adventure and you proceed with excitement and curiosity, what you get is surprise, delight. I mean, you just really never know, because possibilities lie in unknown spaces.
Right. So all things are possible only in the present, right? As we know, but there's infinite possibility in that. And I had only heard that, and for me, my perspective was, I have had many experiences where I almost perished, drowned, rescued, this, that, the other. But the main takeaway for all my lessons of near death have been life's too short. You got to grab it right now because there's nothing else really that is going to create the possibility for you. And then you got to move and make the shift, and you can't just simply imagine your life, but take action from an inspired place.
I think if there's one thing we can impart, I hope you can hear in our voices that we truly enjoy enjoy what we do, and we really enjoy, you know, the work of tapping into that inner knowing, that inner guidance system that is available to all of us. And we just get so much pleasure from seeing our clients make strides in their lives, creating progress and possibilities that otherwise would not have been there had they not learned the power of turning inward. So, this podcast is called Bold Conscious Connections because we really help people connect that part of themselves, their head and their heart, and create that alignment. Because once you do, then you can connect with others with greater depth and greater meaning. And I think that's how we make a difference. That's how we change the world.
And the word grace comes to mind too, right? So if we do it with grace, we connect more easily and at a deeper level. And that's what we want to spread the message about, that, your influence, which you want to expand, really lies at the other end of this, getting out of your way and embracing the uncertainty. And hey, we live it. It's not easy, but we live it.
And we love it.
Well, see you on the next one. Hope you found something useful here, and if you did, perhaps go back and listen to it. Download it on your podcast platform, and we look
Share
forward
it
to
with
seeing you.
others.
And share it with others.
All right. Take care.
Take care.
We hope you enjoyed today's episode, and if so, make sure to subscribe, download, and share it with your sphere of influence.
We bring a variety of topics to you, and it's like a masterclass for those topics, and it's all free.
So take a screenshot, share it on your social media, and add the hashtag Bold Conscious Connections so that we can find you, see you, maybe say hello.
And if you want to deep dive into some of the topics that we bring to you, find us at www.livemasterminds.com and get to know us.
Take care.